This week, guys, I'm proud to bring you the 2020 Cadillac Escalade. This is the ESV model, which is very long, very large, and profound. At $90,000, it is quite insane. First off, take a look at these diamond headlights going up the vehicle. Absolutely stunning. I think it reminds me of like an S550, other high-end Mercedes, etc. You have that huge prominent grille, which lets you know an Escalade is coming. And as you see the side profile, it is huge, and people look at you as you're driving this vehicle. As for the tires, it's using P285 45 R22s, and they got like some chrome and then some with like a more satin finish, so it's like reflective and then not reflective in the other one, which I think is pretty cool. And then as you step back out, you got Escalade that runs all the way across. This one has a running board, but this one doesn't go into the Escalade as I've seen in some other Escalades. And of course, given this is an Escalade, there's like a lot of chrome surrounded all around. And you have these massive taillights as you get to the back. One thing to note is it's got two cameras right here. One of them is the rear view camera and one of them is the backup camera. And the interesting thing about both is that one is significantly clearer and better than the other one. Now taking a look at the back of it, got this massive lift gate, which is all power, which is super awesome. And then it's got a lot of space in the back. Like I could fit a couple of suitcases for a whole family, unlike the smaller Escalade. And then as you get back here, there is a 12-volt DC outlet, and then you could actually tumble the seats from here. So if you take a look at this, you could actually fold the seat from here, but of course the headrest is up. But now if I want to bring that seat back, I could just push the button and it'll come the other way. That's pretty cool. And then as you get down here, there's a lot of the Escalade goodies that it comes with. So it's just like, you know, cargo net and then the manuals and everything else alongside that. Like this is the fuel filler right here. So now hopping into the side of the Escalade, it's pretty big. Like the seats in their position, I'm 5'6", so of course the driver position is going to be a bit forward. And when I step into the Escalade, there's a lot of room. Like this is the first SUV where I can actually feel comfortable. And on the Escalade, on all four doors, there's a lot of storage. Like you could put one cup, a couple of phones, some toiletries, an umbrella, whatever you need can fit literally on this door. So if you're a passenger in the back of the Cadillac Escalade, there is a lot of storage back here. There's a lot of places to put yourself, a couple backpacks. Of course, this one doesn't have the rear seat entertainment, it doesn't have a flip down screen, there's no panoramic sunroof, but that's okay. What you do have here are, as I said, a couple of big pockets where you want to put a couple of different things. You have the AC controls that you can control from back here, heated seats, etc. And you have a 12-volt DC on the right and an AC power on the left. All the seats have the same pattern, so they have this leather texture going on, they have this V shape going down the seat, they have that Alcantara right in the middle of the seat, which gives it a nice little touch. And now sitting in the back of the Escalade or any other vehicle with 3 rows is always a challenge, so I have to take off my shoes to feel comfortable in the 3rd row, and I'm 5'6", but at least compared to like the Lexus RX's 2nd row, I'm able to actually sit relatively comfortably as long as I take off my shoes in the 3rd row. And if you're sitting from the 3rd row, this is what it looks like. And likewise, if you're in the 2nd row, this is what it's going to look like for you. Like I'm pretty relaxed right here, and I could even relax a bit more too. So now we're going to step in the front here. Here's the door. As I mentioned, you got the Alcantara top, and then you got leather all the way down. Once again, so many pockets even on the driver's side. It's got the Bose speakers as well. It has auto windows for the front, but it doesn't for the back, which is surprising because I know the Mercedes has them. And this is probably the only part of the Escalade that I don't like to touch because it's all plastic. Like, if you hop into a Mercedes and then you press these buttons, it is nice to press because they're metallic. But they do give you these nice door sills, and it's easy to step in because of that side step. You got these steering wheel controls that are all lit. This is all LCD panel. Yeah, there's the heads-up display right there, just looking over there, and you can actually adjust this. And then over here you have the center stack, which I'm gonna say that this is Cadillac's Achilles heel right here, because other infotainment systems are pretty easy to use. I mean, I've driven Cadillacs, and the thing about this is that they're very tough to use. It's a bit slow to touch. And then even the cameras that they use are not really best quality. Like, yeah, it's got a 360 cam, but I mean, look at this. This rear view mirror camera right here is significantly better than the cameras for the front and back of your vehicle on the bigger display. Like, that to me is super surprising. The volume here, like, once you get used to it, it is pretty easy to use. Like, at least compared to other vehicles like the Volvo, you don't really have to look down, but you're gonna have to kind of guess and feel where these buttons kind of are, so you're able to press it and do what you're supposed to. On the left side here, we have driving mode, we have pedals, traction control off. On the right, you can activate the glove box and open that. You have the lane keep assist, the parking sensors, all over here. This is the heated seats and the cooled seats, and then you have your AC control stack right here. And then over here, this panel slides up, and then this goes up like this. So you got your cup holders, you have your 12 volt DC, 2 USB ports over here, and then you even have a wireless charger. And if you open this center console compartment, you have this sorting area. You have 2 USB ports, aux place, and if you remove this compartment, you can go all the way down and have this really deep box. For those of you wondering about the controls, HUDs over here, you can adjust that in the info. Here's the turn signals as well as the wiper stalk. So of course you tilt up for the wipers like this. These are your headlights. They're typically on automatic all the time. Your parking brake is way down there. Then if you need to open the gas cap, you press like this, and then you can just fill it like that. And of course, this is premium fuel recommended. So of course, if you're driving a big Escalade with a big V8, you have to use premium in this car. And under the hood of the Escalade, you have a 6.2 liter V8 with 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. And that takes you from 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. Getting into the car, there's your startup sequence. Now we're going to start it up once again. There we go. Everything's coming up. And I just want to show you this as well. So this panel here, you could actually adjust the 3 things that you see over here. So on the left side, you could control this. You can see a battery voltage, engine hours, just a tachometer, trip, other trip, compass, fuel range, oil life, etc. I think this is the coolest because it shows you how close you are to a car in front of you. It also shows you like if it's activating the lane keep assist and all that. And then in the middle you have your speedometer again. I like the one that just shows the speed limit. That's pretty cool. On the right side you have your media options. You could have just normal gauges if you want that, and then compass. There you go. And then down to the middle, this is all the different things that you could possibly control. And of course, some of these require like a Sirius XM subscription, like for traffic and then internet access for some of these things, which comes at an additional fee. And this car is equipped with a hotspot, but you have to pay extra for that. Rear climate can be controlled right here. And of course, all the controls that you saw in the back, you could control from the front here. So that's pretty nifty. And then what else? Yeah, this is the home button right here if you just ever need to come back to the beginning. Here's a view of the backup camera as I'm pulling into a spot. The 360 camera is also working as well, but of course, none of these are as clear as the Volvo S60 I reviewed last week, or the back rear view camera actually, which is surprising. And in the instrument cluster, you get the view of the sensors as well, so all 6 of them all around the vehicle. So that's the Cadillac Escalade. It's huge, it's massive, it has a lot of presence, and it costs a lot of money, like $90,000. I used to think I could see these on the road so much, and I'm surprised because I could see a lot more other vehicles on the road, and people look at you when you're driving this car. It's insane, like the reactions that you get from people when they turn their head and see who's trying to drive or who is driving this vehicle. It's just a crazy thing to see. But ultimately, guys, this is the Cadillac Escalade of 2020. Just wanted to show you all around it and just the things that I noticed about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you could please like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'd definitely like to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.